For a walk. So picked up Christian Campbell. Earl's son picked me up in Dallas, and we drove to Tyler. And we got to the hotel, and there were still 4 hours before the event. So I decided to go for a walk. And right outside of the hotel, there's a little wooded area. And so I started walking over there.
And by the way, outside of Tyler, everywhere's a wooded area.
Yeah.
You know, where there's not a strip mall.
Yeah. And so I was going to go for a walk, and I started walking in these woods, and there's houses kind of not too far away, and I heard a dog barking. And, you know, I realized at the moment, okay, I'm a black man, and I'm walking in the South, and there's a dog barking. And so I started to get a little bit...
Oh, by the South, you mean South United States?
South United States,
South Tyler?
I didn't know about South Tyler until later.
I want to be fair, Ricky, because I've alerted the Tyler media, and they may be listening. And we know your pension.
Yes.
Were you looking for a place to go smoke something?
I was not.
Okay. Were you holding anything?
I mean, thank goodness I didn't have anything on me. Otherwise, the story would have been very different.
I can't live. I've never lived your life, and that's the problem with a lot of, especially white Americans, is you don't know what it's like to be a black man.
Yeah.
But I would think if I was a black man and I was headed to a town called Tyler.
Yeah.
I'd probably leave the weed at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway,
I was smart enough to do that.
So you're walking into the woods.
Yeah. So I'm taking a walk, and I hear a dog barking, and I start to realize, okay, there's something going on here. So I say, okay, I'm not going to walk over here because it just doesn't feel comfortable. So I turn and I just take a walk around the neighborhood.
Is that a thing that happens a lot where you have to consider where you are because
I usually don't because I'm Ricky Williams and I usually think that that's good enough, and I figured I'm in Tyler, and
well,
Ricky,
we kind of knew who you were. You didn't.
You have to tell us.
You didn't need
wow,
to drop. You didn't need.
But it sounds.
You didn't need to drop a name on us.
I have to do it at least once a day.
Yeah.
You know, just for my confidence,
Okay,
for my ego, for my confidence. So I took a walk. It took about an hour walk, and then when I came back around towards the hotel, I saw a police car pull up towards me, and I was thinking, okay. I was like, all right. And so the cop got out, and he didn't recognize who I was. And so it's kind of the same treatment you get when you're a strange-looking...
Calling all cars. We have a black man in South Tyler. Calling all cars. A black man is walking in South Tyler.
Yeah. And so they walk up to me, and I understand, you know, someone called the cops because they saw a black person where black people usually aren't walking. So I understand that. My problem was with the way that they were when they saw me, and they started talking to me, and he searched me, and after talking to an attorney friend of mine, it was an illegal search, and he said, and so I started talking to him, and I said, like, why are you doing this? And he said,
wait a minute, but back up a little bit. First of all, the idea that you have to think about where you are to walk is insane.
Unbelievable.
That's in this day and age, and that someone would have to be a Heisman Trophy winner and have to have that in their pockets. But back up a second. Did they put you against the car?
Were their guns drawn or their hands on them? What was their stance?
It was the middle of the day in the
middle of the day
in the parking lot of the hotel, and so they had me put my hands on they had me put my hands behind my back. They didn't cuff me. They took everything out of my pockets and put it on the. And one of the things was my room key from the hotel, so they put it on the hood, and he started questioning me. And I said I was just going for a walk. And I started to get a little bit upset, and they said, calm down. I said, listen. I said, you don't know what it's like to be a black man. I said, this is not the first time this has happened to me that cops have harassed me when I haven't done anything.
And they said, but wait a minute. And once you see a hotel room key.
I know. I would think that would be like you're a guest of the hotel.
Well, first of all, I'm from Tyler. And I go, hey, guys, what's up? And they go, nothing. You a guest of the hotel? I go, yeah. And they go, okay, have a good day.
Yeah. We eventually got to that point about 5 minutes into the conversation. I said, I'm staying in the hotel.
So what did you say to them? Did you bristle up, and that's where they told you to calm down?
I bristled up. I just said, I didn't do anything. Why are you bothering me? And he said, because we got a report. And I said, so you got a report, but did anyone say that anything negative happened? Or
you got to understand something, Ricky.
Or did they just say they saw a black guy?
Ricky, you got to understand something. A black guy walking in the daytime in South Tyler is like spotting Bigfoot.
Yeah.
So you gotta call MUFON and everybody else.
So the way I learned that is the cop, like the one that seemed like he was in charge.
Oh, are they both white cops?
There was four cops.
Are they all white?
Yeah,
four cops.
They're all white. Yeah. Yeah.
Diversity.
Yeah. And he said, you know, if you're staying in the hotel, it makes sense why you were walking here. But if you came from North Tyler, it doesn't make sense. And I looked at him, I said, I don't even know what North Tyler is.
But see,
this is Matt. Listen, folks, for a rare, Matt Bearden is going to give Dale Dudley credit. Here we go.
Dale, you've told me this is not. You told the story on air for years, and I never believed you. I never believed you. You know, I thought, well, we embellish for radio. That's what we do.
Yeah.
But also, I don't understand sometimes. The game is played. We're going to be cops. We're going to profile, but we can't tell you we're profiling because then we let you in on the game. The fact that he would say to you, but if you came from the north, you're not supposed. That part, you're not supposed to let people know that you're playing the game.
That's exactly right. And it was the whole thing I grew up with. You're supposed to stay on your side of the town, and everything will be great. And the idea that in 2016, somebody would say to you, if you're coming, what did he say? If you're coming from the north side of town?
He said if you're staying in the hotel, then it makes sense why you're walking.
Yes.
But if you're coming, if someone from North Tyler is walking around here,
what if you're a black?
Why would he say if he saw your key? What was the if part of that?
They saw the key right away, but it didn't. I don't think it registered to.
What if you're
so strange?
What if you're a black person that lives in South Tyler? It does happen. So what if it's a? You mean what's the problem there? They probably would know not to walk. There's fine people in North Tyler also.
And not one of these four male cops knew anything about anything about football.
One of them looked at me and said, "You look like Ricky Williams," and I said, "I am Ricky Williams." And I was at the beginning of the conversation. But the other cops, I guess they didn't
see. I would have been.
Did you say when he said you look like Ricky Williams? You said, "Yeah, that's what I told myself this morning." I do that a couple times.
That was my one time. That was my one time.
Did you drop Earl's name right away and say you were here for Earl Campbell?
I dropped it pretty quickly, and they didn't. I think they thought I was lying.
If I'm one of those cops,
some elaborate room.
They just kept on going.
If I'm one of those cops and I recognize you, I'm going to be like the Tin Men in Wizard of Oz. I'm going to be going.
Trying to whisper to the other guy.
So they thought you were a guy from North Tyler that came up with this plan and this alibi. It doesn't make any. It doesn't.
But you know what? This is actually a great lesson because I hear it all the time. People talk about Black Lives Matter, or if those people would just, or oh my God, Colin Kaepernick is showing zero respect. It's like a catch-22. And there's still that thought process, and you never put yourself in there where imagine if you were stopped frequently for just walking, no matter who you were, and it's how angry you could get, and how angry you just get tired of it after all these years.
Please tell me they asked for your autograph at the end. Please tell me.
They apologized, but that was a conversation. Is they got upset with me? They said, "Why are you getting upset?" And I explained.
Well, hold on. How did you get upset? What did you say to them? Play acting here. Give me a.
I mean, my version of upset isn't that upset. I was going to
say you're kind of.
Well, you can sense when the hair is standing up on somebody's back of someone's neck.
And I'm a big fella.
Body language and.
But I just don't like the feeling of the first thing he said to me is, "Let me search you for weapons," and then he took everything out of my pockets. And,
please tell me.
I was telling myself, "Thank God I have my driver's license because I don't always have it on me when I go." I said, "Thank God I have my driver's license on me, and I don't have anything else on me."
You should have said, "Sir, my entire body is a weapon."
Yeah,
that's what you should have said.
Yeah, that would have.
All right. So then, when you calm down.
When I calmed down, and then we had a conversation, and I said, "Listen, this happens to me a lot. I understand you guys are just doing your job, but understand for me, like, I didn't do anything."
So what if you weren't Ricky Williams? You probably would have been there longer.
I would have been, if I wasn't myself, I would have been in trouble. Yeah, I had that feel like if I couldn't prove beyond a reasonable doubt that I had a right to be here, then they would have taken me in.